Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. There's quite a lot of new people here and I just wanted to say hi and do a video kind of filling you in on who I am, what my story is, and the whole curly journey, basically, all of the tea. If you're new here, my name is Hannah, and a few years ago I went a little bit viral for sharing my curly hair journey on TikTok. I'm gonna be doing my curls at the same time so you can kind of get an idea of how I style them and the products that I've been using, and I'm just gonna share you the whole thing, like from start to finish, what happened, how we ended up here. It's the whole thing. Get a cup of tea, get cozy, and let's do our hair. First things first, my hair is wet out the shower. I did wash it. I used the silicone-free shampoo, the acidic bonding curls by Redken, and also the matching conditioner. I've been really enjoying these. They smell really nice, they're sulfate-free and everything, which is really important for curly hair. Redken, she's that girl at the moment. I'm enjoying her quite a lot. I have a microfiber towel on my hair. It's just soaking up a little bit of the water, but we're going to take that off now because we do want our hair to be wet when we're styling it. Also, surprise, I got a trim. But if you want to know more about that, just go have a look at my TikTok. So this video is going to be mainly me just talking. I'm not really going to be talking to you through my routine that much because I am going to film a proper in-depth curly routine. So I wanted to come on here and ask you guys first, what do you want to see in that video? Do you want to see more like what products I'm using, how I'm using them, tips, things I've learned? Like, you let me know below what you want from that video and I'll make it for you. But for now, I'm just going to talk you through. It's just going to be a chatty little story time vibe. So first things first, I am mixed race, so that's where my curls come from. I do get that question a lot, like, how is your hair even like that? I have family from St. Kitts in the Caribbean, so that's where the curls mostly come from. But I am also quite a lot of Irish. Some of the curls will be coming from there as well. It's just a whole combination of ethnicities that make up my curls. For me, growing up, I feel like there wasn't many people that looked like me in terms of the lighter skin tone and the really curly hair. That's not to say that there wasn't people of colour, because there were. I think it's quite unique to the mixed race experience that you don't feel like you fit in with black people because your skin's too light, but then you also feel like you don't fit in with white people because there's some ethnic qualities to you. It's really quite difficult to find like a space where you feel like you belong with people around you that you can relate to, and I feel like especially as a teenager, all you want to do is fit in. You just want to be like everyone else, and you know, standing out at that age is not a good thing. I hid my hair for the longest time. I was bullied about it in school. People would call me poodle and, you know, just, oh, can I touch your hair, and just all kinds of like uncomfortable microaggressions and everything. I learned very quickly that if I wanted to like feel better about myself and feel confident, that I needed to straighten my hair to do that, because it made me look more white, so people were nicer to me. I remember going into school after a haircut and the hairdressers are like, we have to straighten your hair to cut it because we don't know what we're doing with curls. I'd go into school the next day with my hair straight and everyone's like, oh my god, I love your hair, you look so pretty, you should do your hair like this more. And no one ever complimented the curls. It kind of enforced the idea in my head that with the curly hair I'm ugly, and no one will ever find me pretty if I look like this, and no one else looks like me, so there must be something wrong with me, and just all of these really negative ideas like started circling through my head as a young girl, and it was really toxic. I did what any teenage girl would do, and I picked up the straighteners and I said, bye curls, we're not doing this. It is really sad. I can laugh about it now because I'm out of that, but this is why I do this content, is because I don't want girls to feel the same way I did growing up. I want you to know that your curls are beautiful and you don't need to hide them to fit in, because fitting in is one of the worst things you can do for yourself. You lose your identity, you don't know who you are anymore, and it just creates that struggle of self-confidence, and no one needs that. Just to check in, I just did a little bit of scalp care. I used the Veleda Revitalizing Hair Tonic and the Olaplex No. 5 Scalp Longevity Treatment. I've been using both of these. I feel like my hair is drying out a little bit as I talk, so I'm gonna keep topping it up with water. I noticed online a lot of people assumed that it was my dad that was black and not my mom, which frustrates me because I feel like that's fallen into a really uncomfortable and problematic stereotype that I really find frustrating. It is really frustrating when I see a lot of people online making comments and assumptions about my family and who raised me. We're just gonna skip past that because we don't need to talk about that. So yeah, I basically noticed like if I straighten my hair, people find me pretty, and I hate that as a mindset. And also hearing, like, growing up and everything, any special occasion, like, oh, we'll straighten your hair so you look neat and tidy for this important event. Almost as if your curls aren't good enough and they make you look like scruffy or like unkept, which is, again, so toxic. Like, when I hear people refer to curly hair as looking wild, again, that's a problematic statement. Like, that's got microaggressions hidden in there, and it's really not nice, and it just enforces the idea that your curls aren't pretty. And that is a lie. It is such a lie. Curls are beautiful. So let's just jump forward to 2020. So in 2020, in lockdown, I started posting on TikTok, just like so many people did. And my page started to get a little bit of attention. And I also got a boyfriend. And I remember he met me when I had dyed my hair blonde. So in lockdown, I bleached my hair blonde, like at home, on my own, in a week. From this dark to blonde, like platinum blonde. It was terrible. So my hair basically dyed. I remember I met my boyfriend and I thought, oh, he's only ever met me with blonde straight hair, and like, that's not me. So I kind of got it in my head, like, he doesn't even know me. Like, this guy's with me and he doesn't even know what I look like. So I was quite keen to show him my curly hair. But that was, again, that was a little bit of a, oh, I don't know, because I was still living in my head of, you don't look good with your curls, like, you're only pretty with straight hair. And any boyfriend that I'd had before then just reinforced that idea. They never once, like, encouraged me to embrace, like, my natural self or anything. And they also did the whole, oh, you look so beautiful, when I've straightened my hair, and wouldn't really give the compliments when it's curly. When I met my boyfriend now, Jackson, he saw my curls for the first time because we went on a date and it started raining, and I was like, damn it. And, like, you know, the whole Cinderella thing happened and poof, the curls came out. And he was like, where'd this come from? And I said, yeah, here I am, I'm a curly girly. I know it sounds so silly, but like, that is literally how it went down. And he looked at me like he had found a unicorn. He was like, oh my god, you look beautiful. And I think genuinely it was the first time I'd ever had anyone look at me in what for me was my most insecure, most vulnerable form, and make me feel beautiful from that. Like, that genuinely never happened to me. No one had ever made me feel beautiful with my curly hair before, and that was the first time anyone ever did. I felt as if he found me more beautiful with my curls than with my straight hair, which was new to me, like actually groundbreaking to me. And I know it sounds a little bit, oh, she only did it for a boy. Like, I was a 20-year-old girl. Yeah, I did it for a boy. Like, I'm gonna just say it straight up. I didn't have the confidence to do it for myself, and I'd had decades, well, 2 decades of toxic mindset built up in there, and it really did take something as stupid as a boy for me to change my mindset. So as much as I would reinforce, don't just do it for a guy, like, whatever, this wouldn't have happened without him. So props to the boyfriend. Very quickly, I use one of my favorite products here, the Trepadora Miracle Maca Moisture Balm. This is insane for keeping your hair like moisturized and soft and just delicious. So fast forward to my birthday, he actually got me the Umberto Gianni curly scrunching gel, you know, like the pink bottle, which is such a classic curly product. And I remember he said to me, he was like, I really want you to wear your curls more, because I was still quite insecure. I still felt like I only looked pretty with my straight hair, but he was really encouraging me, like, try your curls, like, just wear it curly, what's the problem? He didn't get where I was coming from at all, which is really sweet. Yeah, so he got me this curly jelly, and then the idea just kind of sat with me for a bit, and I was like, he is right, I really should be like embracing my curls and stuff. And I think as I got like a little bit further into my 20s and everything, I was like, I'm gonna be a mum one day, and chances are they probably will have curly hair, and I don't want them to look at me and think, why doesn't mum love her hair, you know, and think that there's something wrong with it because I hide mine or I straighten mine all the time. I don't want them to think that. I was like, I'm gonna have to start shifting my mindset somehow, and I don't know why. I still don't know why. Like, it does not make sense to me. It must have been the angels above just taking the wheel for this one, because I don't know why I did this. My hair looked like straw, and I thought, let's do a curly hair routine and post it onto TikTok. This is the video. I'm gonna put it in here. You've probably seen it because a lot of people saw that and thought, what the hell is this? Like, that's not a curly hair routine, your curls are dead, why did you post this, what the hell is going on? And I basically like pleaded for help in that video. I was like, guys, I don't know what I'm doing, please someone give me some advice. When I say thousands of people just jumped in and was like, we got you, girl, and they was just cut it off, like, you need to do this, like, you need to do this, like, all of the tips, all of the advice. A few celebrities jumped in there. I remember, I think Cammy Crawford and Sky Jackson, like, they jumped in. Amber Gill, who I was a big fan of on Love Island, she reached out to me, and God bless this woman, she sent me like the biggest care package of curly hair products so I could like experiment with them and find what worked for my hair, because I just didn't know what I was doing. That meant so much to me. So Amber, I doubt you're watching, but thank you. I'll never forget it. Yeah, the video I think got maybe 1 million views in like 24 hours or something crazy. And I did a couple follow-up videos from that because a lot of people were asking questions, and I think I posted like, you know, I'm not gonna cut my hair off because I've always wanted long hair, and the idea of me with short hair freaks me out. I mean, you can imagine I already didn't like my curly hair, so cutting it off and having really short curly hair was no way, girlie, no, I was not doing that. So I'd uploaded that video, and yeah, it went absolutely crazy, and there was just thousands, like literally thousands of people saying like, you need to cut your hair off, you need to cut it off. And I was panicking at this point, like, that's a lot of people. I think in combination, all of the videos that I uploaded like just that week in total was 25 million views in a week about my hair. And I'm not a numbers girl, like I really struggle to picture numbers and like visualize that, and I still can't grasp that number as a concept. I genuinely cannot grasp it. But the amount of comments and stuff I was getting was like, holy crap, this is a lot, this is intense. There's only one thing you can do really when you have like 25 million eyes on you and they're all saying cut your hair off. What do? Babes, you go cut it off, you don't have a choice. I felt like TikTok had me by the cojones, like I was out. Tried that week to say to everybody like, I'm not cutting off, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do that, and everyone was just like, do it, like do it, just do it. So I went to the salon, I booked it in, and I went and we chopped it off. Now my hair was probably about this length, but dead. We cut it off to like here. We genuinely cut like that much hair off me. Again, I'll insert the video. So obviously I recorded the whole chopping it off process because the girlies needed to see it. Just then I used the Umberto Gianni Moisture Milk Strengthening Leave-In Conditioner, and now I'm going in with a little bit of the Comeback Kid Instant Damage from Fenty Hair, just like through the ends. So from that point onwards, it was very much my focus then was my hair and getting it healthy. I remember the day of the cut, but I'm actually quite an anxious person and I do get like really nervous. So I brought my mum with me to the salon because I was too shy. So I was like, Mum, please come with me. And I remember after the chop, we just went shopping around the local like shopping centre. And I remember we was walking around and I felt like every single person's eyes were on me. People say that often, like, oh, I felt like everyone was looking at me. Like, I genuinely am convinced everyone actually was looking at me. Like, everywhere I looked, I was meeting people's eyes and I was like, this is terrifying. Like I said, I have anxiety, I get like quite anxious and stuff, so I noticed my breathing starting to get a little heavy and everything, and I was like, I need to take myself out of this, like this is too much. I felt so vulnerable, so insecure. I did not feel attractive at all. So I said to my mum, like, I'm gonna go wait in the car, I can't do this. It was a pretty crazy hairstyle, I'm not gonna lie. It did kind of look like spaghetti, like a pack of ramen noodles on my head. Like, it did look a bit odd, like, I don't know. But regardless of what it was, if it was just me internalizing it and just freaking out in my own head, like, I felt awful, genuinely awful. So I went and sat in the car. I'll put in the video here of me sat in the car and I was crying. I tried to stop recording every time I was crying, but I was crying my eyes out. I'll be so real, I was crying my eyes out. I was not having a good time. I think I felt like that for quite a long time. Like, when it was short and it was blonde, until I dyed it brown again because the blonde was starting to look weird once it had started growing out more. Then I felt a little bit better about it. But for the longest time at the start, there were some days where I felt like, oh, this is fun, this is different, this is kind of cool, but I didn't feel pretty, you know? Like, I know this all feels so shallow and it feels so superficial, and you can slag me off in the comments if you want. I'm really just trying to be honest about what my experience was like as a young woman going through a really self-transformative period of my life. It was incredibly transformative, I can tell you that. It really didn't feel attractive at all, and I remember going to see my boyfriend for the first time since I cut it, and I was seeing him and he was like, oh my god, you look so beautiful. Like, guys, this boy's an angel. Like, he's such an angel. But he was gassing me up. He was like, oh my god, you look so good, like you look hot. And I was like, I don't feel it. And I remember crying, and I cried a few times. Like, while it was still really short, there was a lot of days where I just cried and I was like, what have I done? This is terrible. So then I think I kind of stopped posting on TikTok for a little bit, like just after that, because my self-confidence just wasn't there, and I just couldn't do it. Like, I just could not put myself out there, like, feeling that insecure about myself. And looking back, I wish that I didn't feel like that, and I wish I did share more, because I think a lot of people also did the big chop with me. Like, they saw me do it online and they were like, I'm gonna do it too, and then they did it with me. And I feel bad that I didn't share more of that awkward growth phase with everyone that had kind of followed me along on that journey. So if I could go back, I would have just embraced every single step of the journey. Just going in with some curly gel. This is the Beau Curl Defining Gel. This is actually one of the products that Amber sent me. I have had this literally since the start of my curly journey. It is nearly empty, but I did just want to feature that as just a little, like, oh, throwback. So it was round about that awkward growth period of time where I started to experiment more with protective styles and ways that I could use extensions and wigs and stuff, and that was a really fun period for me. I loved seeing myself with all different kind of coloured hair. I had like pink hair at one point, and all of these different wigs and different styles. I loved having that like really long ponytail. I felt like a celebrity. So all of like the ponytail extensions, the clip-ins, the wigs, the U-parts, all of that, like, I got to experiment with, and that was so much fun. It did hide my curls, so obviously I wasn't in a embracing your curls like period of my time there. It was more, again, how can I hide them? It was as if I took like 5 steps forward and 10 steps back. Like, yeah, I cut all my hair off, but I am still hiding my curls and I'm not embracing them. But at the same time, I rationalized it with, well, you know, my curls, they're being protected, so they're growing, it's fine. And it was fine, you know, it was fun. I got to mess around with different styles. But again, I didn't really love my curls at that point. So I've got all my products in. I'm just gonna chat for a little bit while it air dries a bit more. Just for a laugh, we're gonna do some brush curls while I chat, just so it's visually interesting for you. So after all of the wigs and all like the protective styles and everything, I finally got my hair to a length where I could like have fun with different styles and stuff. I think it was when my hair, oh, are you ready for this, guys? Hell yeah, look at that. Stunning. But my hair started to get to a length where I was actually really happy with it and I could start wearing it. I think it was when my fringe started to get to like a decent length, and when I could like have my hair in a ponytail and it didn't look like a small bun. There was actually hair to do the ponytail with. I remember I posted a little video where my hair was like in a fro and it was like really big and poofy, and I absolutely loved it. And I posted that to a Lizzo song, and I remember one of my high school friends, she messaged me and was like, oh my god, Lizzo's commented on your video. And I was like, what do you mean? So I went to see, and she had commented on it, and I was like, oh my god, Lizzo, like, what the hell? And I think every time something like that happened, like a really crazy, like, what do you mean? Like, how's that even happen kind of moment, it gave me even more like motivation and a bit more confidence to like embrace my curls and, you know, like start wearing them more. Well, I'm not gonna do my whole hair like that because I did that once on TikTok. It takes absolutely ages and I'm not gonna let them dry. I'm just gonna add a claw clip just to add some volume to my roots. So fast forward a few years and this is where we are. So like I said, the other day I did go for a curly cut, but I'll show you. So if you've ever heard of shrinkage, not that kind, the curly kind of shrinkage, hair looks shorter because it's a spiral, but if you get one of those spirals and pull it, you can see the actual length of my hair. My hair is like just above my chest, so there is still some decent length to it. I feel like my relationship with my hair now is still complicated, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you that every single day I love my curls and that I'm never gonna straighten my hair again, because I would be lying, I'll be honest. It would be a lie. It's called a journey for a reason, because I don't really think that there is an end in sight. I don't know if there'll ever be a time in my life where I'm completely happy with the way my hair is. For me personally, I think that will improve with like seeing more people that look like me in mainstream media, because I do see a lot of mixed race girls in magazines and on telly and everything, but they don't look like me. They have a darker skin tone, mostly have brown eyes, and they have, you know, hair like mine. But I don't see anyone with hair like mine with lighter features, ever. I couldn't name one. Let me know if you know any, but I don't. It's hard to explain the importance of representation, like seeing someone that looks like you doing something amazing, or like on the front cover of a magazine, or winning a Nobel Prize, or like whatever it may be. Like if they look like you, it kind of instills this sense of like belief in you, like I could do that too, or like, oh, I am pretty because, you know, like they are, so I must be like that, you know. I don't know, it's really hard to put into words like without sounding stupid. And I think my relationship with my hair now is still a love-hate relationship, I can't lie. I'm still learning. I think if my hair was a lot longer, I would love it a lot more. I do just prefer the look of long hair on me. I've been doing this for a few years now. My hair's been short for nearly half a decade. Like, I've kind of had enough. I would like it to be long, and I think if I had long curls, I think I'd feel a bit more confident. I do love my hair. Like, I'll show you how I do just generally style it in the day. I've tried to stop doing slick backs. I'm really trying to cut those out and not do them anymore, because I noticed that my hair at the ends was breaking quite a lot. My main focus now with my hair is like strength and like stopping any breakage and getting it as healthy as possible, basically. So like I said, we did the trim, we added some framing pieces around the front, and we cut off a lot of the split ends, so it feels so much healthier now. I think that with having curly hair, you are gonna have days where you just really can't be bothered with it, because it is just higher maintenance than straight hair. It's all about like learning what works for your hair type, what doesn't, what products you need, what products suit your hair, what weighs them down. Like, the entire thing is a process, and I'm very much still learning it. I'm not a hairdresser, so I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys like the right and wrong thing to do for your hair, because everyone's hair is so different and everyone's journey is unique. No one's is going to be the same. But for me, I feel like I've been extremely blessed. Out of every single part of myself, my hair was my biggest insecurity, and having that put out to so many people and have so many opinions thrown back at you and have all of these eyes on your biggest insecurity was terrifying. For that to have turned into what it has now, to have like thousands of you watching my journey and watching me like go through this and stuff, it is a hell of a lot of pressure. And there are days when I'm just like, I just want to straighten my hair and just be like the clean girl aesthetic, and like, but that's not me. It isn't me, and that's not the curly reality. Our hair takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of maintenance, and it takes a hell of a lot of care and thought and attention. It's full on, and there's some days when I just straight up can't be arsed, and then there's other days where I love it and I'd spend hours just like twirling each curl and doing the finger coiling or the brush curling, like whatever it may be. You can really have fun with it. I am gonna go ahead and just diffuse this real quick because it's just gonna be too loud on camera, and we'll come back once it's nice and dry. Say like 80% dry. I'm not gonna sit here for an hour and diffuse it. It takes the longest time. I'm very much a air dry kind of girly, because oh my god, the arm workout that comes from diffusing your hair, I've just not got the strength for it today, girlies, I'll be honest. If I'm being completely honest with you, this right here is my problem with my whole curly thingy. I love that I've embraced it and I do feel pretty with my curls. It's just certain styles. So this right now of my hair just down and curly, I don't like it. I don't know if this comes from being called Tracy Beaker growing up, but I feel like I look like Tracy Beaker, and not in a good way. Honestly, sometimes you are your biggest hater, but like, I don't feel pretty with my hair like this. I'm gonna be so honest, and I hope that one day I do. I just don't particularly like my hair length like this. I don't know what it is. I think it is just the length is just awkward for me. I feel like honestly I would probably take this out of the video, but I want to be really honest with you, because I know that there will be girls that are on the same curly hair journey as me, or you have curly hair and some days you do just feel like I don't like it, or there's certain styles with your curls that you just don't feel suits you and you're not a big fan of, and I'm here to tell you that's completely normal. I'll show you how I do style my hair and how much I love it like that, but this right here is not my preferred way of doing my hair, so I would never really wear it like this. The longer it dries, the shorter it gets, basically. So if I did let these pieces dry, then it would probably be up here, and the frustration of this being 5 years of growth. So I like to just very gently, because we don't want to do heavy tension like around the head or anything. Just take the rest, give it a flip, and then I have this big gold shell clip that I got from Bali and I absolutely love it. That is basically all I've been doing with my hair recently to style it. I have a cute little fringe going on, a cute little updo. Now I love my curls. Now I love the way it looks. I feel really confident with it. I feel really pretty. So I think it's just about finding a style that works for you. You know, what styles do you feel best in, really? There'll be some products that other people like that don't work for your hair type. For me, this is one that I absolutely love. I just love a little messy kind of updo, but I'm not a big fan of my hair down yet. We are getting there. I hope that one day I can feel comfortable and confident with my hair down, but like I said, it's still a journey. I'm still learning, and I am definitely still working on my confidence. To anyone watching that is going through a curly journey, or has curly hair and you're straightening it all the time, or you're just anything like me and you have curls, loving your curls is the best thing that you can ever do for yourself, because loving your most natural self is one of the most empowering, transformative experiences that you can ever go through. As soon as you learn that you don't need to fit someone else's box of beauty, what they think beauty looks like, or what your crush thinks is attractive, what matters is how you feel within yourself and how you truly feel about yourself. Do I not like my hair because some guy made me feel ugly with it, or do I not like my hair because everyone else's looks different? Those aren't valid reasons. You need to change your perspective, look within yourself and go, the way that I was born, the way that I look naturally, the way I am in my most natural form is good enough, and it is beautiful, and I don't need to change myself. I don't need to change myself to fit into someone else's beauty standards. The way that you are is enough. But yeah, that is pretty much my curly hair journey, the whole story time from start to finish. It's been a lot, but honestly, I wouldn't change anything that's happened to me for the world. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now if it wasn't for the decisions that I made, and for all of you guys watching. I wouldn't have the confidence that I have now. I wouldn't have embraced who I am and gone on this completely transformative journey to self-love and confidence. It's taught me patience and how to let go of things and seeing things from different perspectives, and really changed my way of thinking about myself and what beauty is. So if you're just starting your journey, or you're somewhere in the messy middle, it does get better, I promise you. If you're considering, do I do the big chop? Do I start my curly journey? Do I start to embrace them? Do I throw away the straighteners? Absolutely, because trust me, having damaged, dry, cracked hair is a hell of a lot worse than anything else that you could be doing, I promise you. When you finally find that curly routine that works for you, and your curls start to look like what you've been dreaming of, nothing else matters. If you are in your curly journey, let me know in the comments what you guys are up to. Are you thinking of starting your journey? Have you started? Are there anything that you've learned? Any tips or tricks that you'd like to share with the class? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video if you did enjoy it. I will do more chatty story time videos if you do. Make sure to subscribe and press the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. I will be doing more curly focused content going forward. I just wanted to get this out there just for anyone new, just fill you in on the background, give you the lore. And if you would like more content of like curly routines and stuff, then head over to my TikTok or my Instagram. My @ is HannahBeauC. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week with another video. Bye.